Pisces, welcome to your November 2020 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. So, hope everybody is doing well. I'm recording this in the last week of October during Scorpio season, so that's why I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. It just has this feel to it. Oh, this is neat. The Six of Wands. The wands are like branches. Now look at the Empress. Isn't that neat? They have like, very different types of interpretations for the cards, but still managing to be evocative. Okay, and this is the last card. If I can pick it up. Oh. Okay. Just want to make sure this is... Okay, that's 8 of Cups. All right. Sometimes the Roman numerals are a little bit hard to read for me. Okay, so the heart of the matter, let's put this like this, is the Queen of Wands. And this is, let me see with those other two cards. This is a very maternal energy, actually, because we have the Empress on one end, which can be about the Earth Mother, and we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of kind of like receiving your due, or you're receiving recognition for something, maybe connected to your actions, behaviors. So yes, I mean, I'm getting two things here. Either work related, like you are in some kind of prominent position at work, maybe a promotion, and receiving accolades for this. And it's interesting that they have the rainbow, because I think that's kind of like this sense of like getting your, having your dreams come true. And for Pisces, I think, if I had to like get inside your head a little bit when it comes to these things, I think a lot of Pisces are very modest and humble people that might not feel that comfortable with even pats on the back, because first of all, you may have come from a background where you didn't have that, and it feels weird. It feels uncomfortable. It feels fake, in some cases, because you're just not feeling that it represents what you're used to, what's, okay for you. But it could be what you've always wanted at the same time. That's the paradox, is that you've always dreamed of getting that kind of recognition. And then once it arrives, it's kind of like, oh my God, what is this? And same with love, because this could be love. This could be this feeling of confidence that comes from a person in your life who looks at you and they see all the beautiful things in you. And, we dumb things down so much in this world, where it's like either somebody is just constantly singing your praises, or they're just constantly putting you down. And of course, life isn't like that. Sometimes people who are emotionally abusive throw you a bone. That's one of those ploys that keeps people hanging on, because it's like once in a blue moon they will say a compliment, and that person will say, oh, they must really care, or something like that. But it could be like a way to control too, if we're honest with ourselves. And the bottom line is that if you have allowed yourself to shine, and you don't feel guilty about it, and you have allowed yourself to accept love, this is going to be the result. And then as the higher message, we have the Empress card, which is connected to Taurus and Libra and the planet Venus, and so is connected to love and creativity. The number 3 is a number of abundance, so even financial abundance. And what I think this means is that You create your reality. Obviously, we don't control everything. So you could say maybe co-create. We're not doing it all ourselves, and we're not just the victim of life completely. We're not at the mercy of life completely, but we can't control everything in life. So we can say we're co-creators. We're painting our masterpiece and still realizing that it's not the only painting that is occurring, that there are other artists, or we're not the only artist in our painting. So being able to, I think with the Empress, is perceive yourself as this creator. If you're somebody who is a career person, and I was going to say career woman because that's what the mother or the Queen of Wands represents, you may be at a stage where you're thinking about having children, but perhaps your career is starting to take off, and that might be where there's a little bit of conflict. I realize now, I'm always looking, okay, what's the conflict? And some other people might say, well, why does there have to be a conflict? Why can't it just be all these good things happening? I don't know. It's not that I'm trying to be negative. It's that I'm trying to see, like, what is it that we're supposed to be doing on our end? And what crosses you is the Five of Cups. This is a card of grief, negativity, emotional kind of maybe sadness. And an example of this would be if there's somebody in your life who you look up to as a mentor. Maybe that's what the Queen of Wands is to you. And yet you are phasing out of that job and you're going to miss this person. So there's so many good things happening. Maybe you found out you're pregnant and you're going to kind of have to leave the business, the company, and you feel like this person's a second mother to you, maybe more than your birth mother was. Maybe they've nurtured you through a lot and it just makes you uncomfortable. Maybe you've lost somebody recently, a mother-in-law, and you think she's never going to be here to see her grandchild. And these are things that are absolutely normal ideas to float, for somebody to float in their minds, but they're not necessarily true. That, maybe not in the physical, but in the spiritual dimension, that person can very well be plugged into any family that you are starting, and you can still feel that sense of connection. The Five of Cups can be a sense of disappointment, something that is kind of spoiling your joy, because you have two cards on the top that are wands, which are connected to kind of enthusiastic energy and very positive minded. And then you have the Empress, which is connected to love and creativity and abundance. Venus, which is considered a benefic planet in Vedic astrology, which kind of separates the planets in terms of their influence. And there's just like this sense of ease, but there still is this lingering sadness or grief. Now, I think this is a story of your life, Pisces, and this may be something that you have to eradicate from your conscious mind, where you become more and more willing to embrace joy wholeheartedly. Maybe there still is like a little trace of, I'm not deserving of this. And so you think of the glass half empty of whatever this beautiful situation is. And here we have more fire, more enthusiasm. What's coming in, the Eight of Wands, and you see that lightning strike, which to me can mean that catalyst for action. So a lot of things coming in, more more kind of opportunities, especially as we get into December, but even in November for some of you, because the eclipse, The eclipses are going to be occurring now for the next year in why am I saying Aquarius? In Sagittarius and Gemini. And it just so happens that for you, Sagittarius is your 10th house of career, and Gemini is your 4th house of home and family. That might be what is going on here, because you're having a lunar eclipse in this 4th house of home and family. So something ending with a mother. Maybe if you are a mother, perhaps you are realizing that your own mother is not somebody that you want to be in your life, and you're going to be cutting that person out of your life because they're acting very badly. And this is, and whether you're pregnant and they're trying to control things, or you have already given birth and they are the grandparent, the narcissistic grandparent. Narcissism in a parent can also be present when they are grandparents. And so all of the things that you think are only, are unique to your situation can, continue with the grandchildren, and they can do the same kind of things. You can look it up on YouTube and see some of these videos, because that can certainly be the case. And so you might just have, with that 8 of Wands, this catalyst to, go, start doing new things and kind of building a life in a different direction. But this can be with your career matters. You might be feeling that solar eclipse, that powerful new moon in Sagittarius in November, a month earlier, and that can have repercussions, positive ones, for your career. More opportunities and so on and so forth. The outcome is the 8 of Cups, and this is leaving what no longer serves you. So you are having that lunar eclipse in the 4th house, which is connected to water. It's a water house, and cups are water, is a water sign. So, if this is a situation where you're in a job that is not creative enough, that can certainly come into your life. And maybe it comes in at a time when you least expect it with the 8 of Wands. But then it's like the dam bursting and all this stuff flowing to you. So that would be really awesome if that's the case. I hope that you enjoyed this, Pisces. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.